Hey guys, what's up? It's Travis. Just coming at you with a quick video. Seemed to always come around this time of night when I'm listening to music, kind of doing my Bible readings and such. What I wanted to share with you today is really a strong challenge that I hope just leads to some conviction for some of us as believers out there. As non-believers, I still think there's a strong takeaway to this message if you just listen strictly for that. But what it's coming from is this idea of a song that I heard again the other day for the first time in a while when I was on my run. And it's a song by T.J. Harris, and the song itself is called "Walk Love." And I couldn't find the full lyrics for this song, but I did listen to it a few times. So I wanna just kind of recite some of the words to you, then kind of give some biblical implication and how that applies to real life. So again, the song is called "Walk Love" by T.J. Harris, and it's more of a country song for y'all country folks out there. So if you want to check it out, give it a listen. It's a great song. TJ's a great dude. But some of the lyrics go like this. They say, "Souls are dying every day that have seldom ever seen the act of love, when words just ain't enough. Neighbors lying, living all around, not seeing a reason to believe, because we're not living what we teach." And then it kind of goes to the chorus. It says, "I don't want to talk love if my walk don't seem the same. I don't want to talk love if my walk don't seem the same." How deep is that message, right? Like, it just kind of goes on and he gives some vulnerabilities and such, but the theme throughout this is this idea that we need to not just talk love, but we need to walk love. And he's saying, I don't even want to talk about it if my own walk isn't right there, right? I don't want to tell you that we should be doing this, or I don't want to say, "Oh, I love you and you're the greatest," if we're not ourselves, if our walk isn't there, because there's people hurting all over the world that need us to just do more than say, "Oh, we'd love to help out," and then go no further, right? And I go to Ephesians chapter 5, verses 2, and it says, "Be imitators of God, therefore as beloved children, and walk in love just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us." Walk in love. Walk in love, just as Christ loved us. You guys notice what that didn't say? It didn't say sit on your butts. It didn't say talk about love. It didn't say sit here and do nothing and complain about how much the world sucks. You see that? It didn't say any of that. What it told us what we need to do is that we need to actually walk love. Not just talk about it, as we always say back in the day, talk the talk and walk the walk. We need to do exactly that. We need to do both of them for the simple reason that there are people hurting throughout this world, right? Just look right now with these storms going on in the southern states, right? We could sit back and say, "Oh man, that sucks," and sit in our warm house, or we can. I saw someone who just said, "Hey, look at, I've got an airplane space. I'm going to pull my plane out, and anybody that needs shelter, I have warmth, and you're more than welcome here." How many of us as believers are willing to go out of our comfort zone and actually do something like that? How many of us? How many of us are so comfortable living the life that we live that we just go to church on Sunday or go to our small group or whatever and we say, "Oh man, yeah, this world's crazy and someone needs to do something, but not me. Not me. Because I don't want to walk. I don't want to walk. I just want to sit here and let someone else do the work." And that's not what Christianity's about. That's not what being a parent's about, or being a strong, significant other's about, or being a strong friend is about. It's not about just sitting on the sidelines and saying, "Oh man, your life's terrible right now and I hope it gets better." No, it's taking their hand and saying, "Let me walk beside you. Son, I want to see you grow up to be a great child. Let me take your hand and walk beside you. Show you what it's like to live a strong life, not just talk about it. Honey, I love you to death. Let me take your hand and let's do this thing called life together." Not keep my phone in my hand. Not, "Honey, I'm going out with the boys tonight. I'll be back later." But let's walk beside each other. Dude, I know you're struggling right now as my friend, but so am I, man. I got a lot of stuff going on, right? I can't possibly help you. So best of luck to you. Keep me posted with how it goes. Those are the wrong answers, but that's what we do as a society today, right? We don't walk love. And what TJ Harris is saying, there's people hurting all around. and they're searching for a reason to believe, but we're not showing them a reason to believe because we're so caught up in our own nonsense, our own, this is going on, that's going on, that we're not walking love, right? We're not living what we teach, which is to help other people, which is to be the example, to show Christ's light to other people, to the people that are hurting in the dark, to show Christ's light, and we're not living what we teach, right? Our neighbors, they're just searching for a reason to believe, right? And TJ, he just says this, he says at the end of the song, because it kind of goes a little bit deeper, because we've all got our own stuff, right? We've all got stuff that keeps us away from it. And he says this, he says, I push my cares aside and do what you asked. And then he further goes, when I am weak, you are strong, right? So that's the thing. When we're weak and we know we need to help somebody, we ask God to give us that strength, and God will help us to do what he wants us to do, to reach the people that he wants us to reach. But it requires us to go out of our comfort zone and to actually walk in love, just as Christ loved us. How many of us as believers out there just ain't willing to do that right now? We'd rather sit on the sidelines and complain and say this world sucks and someone's got to step up and do something, but it can't be me because I just don't have the time to do it. That's an excuse. That's what the devil wants us to say. For the church, for the community, for your kid, for your husband, for your wife, for your best friend, the devil wants us to say, we don't have time for that. Best of luck. I'll pray for you, but there's nothing else I can do. What we need to do is walk hand in hand, walk love, make sure that we're not just talking about what it means to be a Christian, but that we're living it. So that way, when we don't just talk the talk, but we walk the walk. Y'all want to make a difference in this world? Do you want to make a difference in this world? Then we need to actually walk love. Not just sit on our butts, sit on our phone, stare into space, do nothing. Figure out what you can do to make a difference in the world, in your home, in your community. Start small. And then instead of just talking about it, do it. Lead. Make sure that your life is where it needs to be so that you can actually set that example, so that you're not saying this is what it means to be a believer and then they come out and they're doing something completely different, right? Walking love is following that example that Jesus gave us. Are you up for that challenge? Or do you want the world to continue as it is? Are you going to be there to help someone out in time of need? Or are you going to be the first person to judge them because they turned to the bottle because you were just too busy? That choice is yours. That's my challenge. Don't just talk it. Go out and walk it. Get out of your comfort zone a little bit and just go out and change the world and be the person that Christ called you to be. Be the man or woman that Christ called you to be. Be that parent, be that friend that Christ called you to be. And that person is not someone who sits down and does nothing. That person is someone who goes out and walks love. Walks love. A verb. Walk. Not sit here. So I just hope this video just inspires you just a little bit to go out and walk in love as Christ loved us. Be imitators of God. We're his children. Walk love. Spread the love. Do something and be there for other people. Peace out, y'all.